Every city has secrets buried beneath its streets. These true crime history cases remain unsolved, unclosed, and somehow, still evolving. Most true crime history documentaries focus on solved cases, captured killers, closed investigations. But what about the ones that never ended? The cases that haunt us because nobody ever paid for the crime. 3 true crime history mysteries where justice, never came. First, the Axeman of New Orleans. The year is 1918. A phantom killer is stalking the city streets. The victims, mostly Italian grocers, shot, slashed, terrorized in their own homes. But here's what made this true crime history case so terrifying. The Axeman left no fingerprints, no witnesses who could identify him, no clear pattern, except for one chilling detail. He would use tools already in the victims' homes, axes from their own kitchens, straight razors from their own drawers. It was as if he was saying, your own life will be turned against you. 6 people were dead, dozens more terrorized. The police were completely baffled, and the community lived in constant fear. And then, in 1919, the killings just stopped. No arrest, no closure, no justice. But the worst part? Years later, true crime historians discovered something chilling in old letters. A mysterious correspondence claiming to be from the killer himself. He wrote, "I am not a human being, but a spirit and a demon from the hottest hell." Was it just a hoax? A twisted copycat? Or did the Axeman simply vanish back into the darkness he came from? To this day, the Axeman's true identity remains one of America's greatest true crime history mysteries. And every Halloween in New Orleans, people still lock their doors and remember his name. Next, we travel to London, 1961, for the Shepherd's Bush murder. A London police officer is shot dead during a routine patrol. But this wasn't just any crime. What followed was the largest manhunt in British true crime history at that time. 3 men were suspected: Harry Morris Roberts, John Whitney, and John Whitney. They hunted Roberts like prey, through forests, through cities, and across continents. When they finally caught him 2 months later, hiding in a barn in Sussex, the entire nation held its breath. But here's what makes this true crime history case haunt the criminal justice system even today. Roberts was sentenced to life imprisonment, but the evidence, it was circumstantial. There were multiple perspectives and conflicting testimonies. For decades, this man has claimed his innocence. And there are criminologists, legal experts, and even members of the original investigation team who believe him. Yet he remained imprisoned, a forgotten figure. In the public memory, he's simply the cop killer, not a person with a potential story, just a name attached to a crime. The real horror of this case: sometimes justice isn't about finding the truth. It's about getting closure. And we might accept closure at any cost, even if it means locking away someone who might be innocent, just so we can sleep at night. Finally, we go to Bavaria, 1922. The Hinterkaifeck murders. A remote farmstead is shrouded in alpine fog. 6 people are dead, murdered, in a house that no one discovered for weeks. The farmer, Andreas Gruber, had been acting strangely in the days before his death. He told his neighbors something was wrong, something unnatural. He reported seeing footprints in the snow leading from the forest directly to his door, and they didn't lead back. Days later, concerned neighbors visited the farmstead. What they found defies explanation. Bodies arranged and hidden in different rooms. Some covered with bedsheets, others left exposed to the winter cold. There was evidence of a struggle, but the farmhouse doors were locked from the inside. The murder weapon was never found. And here's the detail that still haunts criminologists. Timeline analysis suggests the killer, or killers, remained in the house with the bodies for days, eating the family's food, sleeping in their beds, living among the dead. Was it a family member driven to madness? An intruder who hid for days? Theories are plentiful, but no arrest was ever made. No one was ever charged. In true crime history, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of the most disturbing, unsolved killings in European criminal records. To this day, locals avoid that farmland. Because some say, during alpine storms, you can still see footprints in the snow, leading from the forest to a house long gone, footprints that don't lead back. True crime history isn't just about solved cases and captured criminals. It's about the darkness that remains when justice never arrives. It's about questions asked and never answered. It's about families and communities forever fractured by mystery. These true crime history cases remind us that the worst horror isn't always the violence it's the uncertainty that follows. The not knowing. The endless searching. Which of these true crime history mysteries disturbs you the most? Share your thoughts below. We are the narrative bloom where unsolved mysteries become eternal stories. Thanks for watching.